Like, I want to make sure that, you know, my seniors feel safe, the millennials, the young adults feel safe, and definitely my kids feel safe. So that's key. I have a lot of seniors that come and tell me they don't want to leave the senior building because they're afraid to walk across the street because there's so much violence that takes place. So if that happens, then I have to build a rapport with MPD, with other DC agencies to make sure that they feel safe and that they feel more comfortable walking across the street or standing at a bus stop. That's key for me. So my grandmother moved to like Hannah Place in the 1950s. Hannah Place was predominantly white back then. Yeah. It was like 1957, 1958 was predominantly white. So my grandmother and her, another African-American family was the only black families on that street. Okay. And now, is of course predominantly African-American, but through gentrification, that's going to change. Yeah. So Ward 7 and Ward 8 is last of the frontier. So Trayon White is the councilman for Ward 8, and Vincent Gray is the councilman for Ward 7. We just have to work together. Also, Doc, if you can get the Go-Go Coalition to work with me, we can incorporate some like curriculums for Go-Go into the schools. Or to the Boys and Girls Clubs. So that's key, man, because hip hop is great, but everybody can be a hip hop artist. So musicianship can take you a long way.
Let me stop you right there.
Go far beyond go-go.
Let me stop you right there. I definitely am all for that. But with go-go, it's one of them things, you know. I announced today we were doing a community event for this area for a black-owned business and everything. Right. You know, I had 1 million bands hit me, but once I said it wasn't paid, you know how many bands?
One.
I never heard back. Shout out to Rebirth Band, they in the building.
Shout out to Rebirth.
My man Packy's in the building, man. Listen.
Shout out to Packy, Rebirth.
Shout out to Rebirth and the entire whole organization, because that's the type of go-go that I came up on.
Yes, sir.
That's the type of, you know, musicians that I came up with and dealt with. You know, they really still love the culture. So right. Yeah, they get paid every time they perform. But if somebody called for a community event, how these kids gonna know you if you don't be out there?
I agree.
So that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a shame, but you know, I can only account for what I can do with my band. And my band, I love my band.
I love them too.
They get paid every Wednesday, but I guarantee I let them know, you know, there's gonna be events that come up that ain't even about us. It ain't about our pockets. It ain't about getting paid. It's about performing for the community so people can see you. There's gonna be people out here that you probably will never see again. But you know what? They're gonna remember your band and be like, man, give me get the phone number of that Rebirth Band. I want to book them for my, my cookout in the backyard, and you get that private event check. You know what I'm saying?
In the summertime. Yes,
that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. But I ain't mean to cut you off. But go ahead.
It's cool. It's cool. So if they're building prisons based upon a young man or young woman's third-grade test scores, we got to combat that. So we got to start a lot younger. Sometimes people always tell me, you know, work with the middle school students or the high school students. But my passion is working with the younger students in elementary school, so we can always mold them and understand that they're positive people that are doing positive things. And once they understand people doing positive things, they know they can emulate those individuals in life. And so if Doc comes and reads to my first graders, they're gonna be in awe. They're like, Black Passion, yeah, that's a go-go band, Mr. Allen. Or, you know, Doc, he spoke some real words, real life to us. You know, so I've had brothers already from different professions come and read to my first graders. If they come from the mayor's office, if it's been my man that owns the museum on Rhode Island Avenue, he's been able to come to read to them. I've had gentlemen from my college, Morehouse College, that come to read to them. I actually put on a male summit every September at C.W. Harris for boys 3rd through 5th grade. We talk about cyberbullying. We talk about starting your own business. We talk about building your own brand. We talk about the pipeline to education. Those are young men that's understanding the long end and the end results of if they see positive brothers coming to their community and it's consistent, then anything is possible. So
I had a quick question. I had a quick question. How long have you been in politics, and I'm sorry for your brother and father, but is that what made you push you to want to get into politics?
Well, I felt like I didn't have a real voice doing my community work, and so I felt like being an ANC commissioner, I can learn a lot about DC government, DC politics. Right. So I was able to cross the line of understanding the importance of legislation, the importance of people speaking up, and the importance of things being passed. So yes, I've been in the schools, I've been in the community, I've seen the crime and all those different things, but I want to be more of an advocate. Brothers like Trayon White, he's young, but he's motivated so many. I mean, Trayon started with a program called Helping Inner City Kids Succeed. That was his nonprofit program probably like 7, 8, 9 years ago. A lot of people don't even know that he was doing grassroots, work back then. So he motivated a lot of us as far as young individuals and young professionals that actually want to make a difference. Yes, I think about and reflect upon my brother and my dad's life, but in the same token, I feel like having an opportunity to get an education, obtain an education, I should be able to empower and instill those that surround me on a daily basis, because when that 6-year-old is murdered, that mom is just not burying him, the whole entire community is burying him. So what are the resolutions, what are we gonna find next to make sure the next kid, the other mom won't have to bury that child? Also, charter school is a big thing too, so it's like, DC public schools are going downhill. I don't know if you're seeing that, but there's a decline in enrollment for DC public schools. The increase is in public charter schools. So we're trying to find strategies. Yes, I don't mind a student or a mom or a dad sending their young man or young daughter to a charter school, but also you got to consider the DC public schools, because without DC public schools, we don't even have public charter schools. I want to be that gentleman that changed the face of politics. I want to be accessible. I want everybody to know that I'm genuine. I love what I do. The money's great, but it's more about saving lives and changing lives. Because you're not going to save everybody, but in the same token, if you have people around you, and like this positive local community, what you ladies are doing and Doc is doing, you got to make sure you address these issues, because it's critical and it's pivotal in today's time. Look who's running our country. It's critical.
Agent Orange.
It's critical.
Agent Orange.
It is critical. But if we look out for each other within our communities, I'm telling you, we can move and shake mountains.
And listen, what we're gonna do now, I want you to stick right where you at. Let's get the other microphone right there in front of you, Portia. Before we go to the next part of this segment, we have the band that's about to perform outside right now, Rebirth. They're in the building. So what we're gonna do is I want to get Rebirth. I want my man Packy and the rest of his band, whoever's gonna make any announcements, I want them to come on up here and say a little something.
They on stage setting up right now, but hopefully they come in, in a second. I want to congratulate you, man, for real, man, on some things that you're doing. I grew up in Ward 8, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Blue Knight, you know what I'm saying? But I live in Ward 7. I'm on 53rd and C Street. That's where I live at.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So been living there for the last 19 years. But shouts out to all the bands, man. Thank you, Doc, man, for real, man.
I thank y'all for performing, man.
For inviting us to this thing, man, because we need to start doing more things like this, you know what I'm saying? And to piggyback on what you said about going into the schools and doing things and stuff like that, I've been doing that for the last 10 years, man. At the elementary school, I've been going, Minor Elementary, I've been going up there for the longest, teaching them, the youngest how to, just basically, like, not just go-go, just, just another way around being outside in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a knucklehead, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, but go-go saved me, man, I ain't gonna lie. Shouts out to D. Floyd, man, because, I've been with Team Familia for the last 16 years, man, since 911, you know what I'm saying? But, he kind of like, it just him, Blue Eye, a couple of whole lot of other people, man, that knew me, just snatched me under the wing and told me, man, look, this ain't where you going. That's not where you need to be going. This is where you need to be going this way. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Because my brother, you know what I'm saying, lost his life in 1999. And I went on a cold trip mode, man, for a while, man. You know what I'm saying? So Donnell and Blue snatched me with 911. The first, right before, when they was still practicing, they hadn't even had a show yet. And it's like, look, man, I need you to come with us, man. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't nobody but the random stage, you know what I'm saying? Awesome. But shouts out, I love my band, man. Just like Doc said, he loved his band. I done played with Black Passion, you know what I'm saying? I love Black Passion, man. We done did some things, man. Man, I love, Doc Fabi, but I'll talk about that later.
I definitely did not fire Packy.
No, I'm gonna talk about that later.
Packy came back from Miami, he was like this. I ain't got nothing to say since my band is back in town. I was like,
because I'm saying, shouts out to my band, that's my lead talker, right? That's my man, come over here, This is my singer, Damo. These are my brothers, man.
That's what's up.
We've been playing together for the last, I'm gonna say the last probably about 16 years ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
And that was respect. When you told me the backstory,
yeah,
I couldn't get mad at him for not playing. You know what I'm saying? Because we made room for Baggy. I was like, man, F this. We going to straighten up the budget. We gonna do this. We gonna move this around.
You don't know the controversy you started with my band too. I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be real, man. Like, we've been playing together since we was called Sounds of Unity first. You know, we was Sounds of Unity first. And then, you know, through the race, you know, all of us then left and came back, you know, doing the things, you know, being knuckleheads. But my man Juan kept the brand together. And, you know, he kept the band together for a long time, man. Shout out to my man Juan, man. That's my brother. He kept the band together for a long time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he just said, you know, we had a curse because that name Rebirth, man. We just kept coming together, breaking up, coming together. I mean, Sounds of Unity. You know, we just kept coming together, breaking up, coming together, breaking up. And, you know, all of us, you know, we still friends, but this is business, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, you know, he said, man, I'm gonna change the name to Rebirth, man. You know how you, and I want you to come back, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, do your thing with us. And I was playing with Black Passion. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah. So I told Juan, though, I said, I'm gonna come back and, you know what I'm saying, see what he do, you know what I'm saying? And I've been here since, and you know, but, and the grace that I'm still sitting there with Black Passion, and you know what I'm saying, so they wrote me, man, hold up, man, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying, you gonna be over here with us, or you gonna go play with Doc, man, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing, we play, then you got to play. So, you know what I'm saying, so it can all so, what you gonna do, man, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know, I was hurt, man, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been back to Miami since, but let's keep it honest. He was on the back line with y'all, he was on the front line with us. Yeah. Let's keep it honest. That's how I play.
He never told me nothing about his front line capabilities. He came with martinis. I was like,
see, that's what it is. So the decision wasn't hard because he wanted to be a mic man anyway. Yeah. So the decision ain't hard.
I don't know. When he broke into the step, I was like, oh shit. Packy ain't tell me he do all that.
Hey, but that's what's going to missing. I was just telling Rebirth, we kind of like try to pattern ourselves behind JYB.
Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up on, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got our own style, but we, like I said, we pattern ourselves behind JYB because no band really steps anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Buzz, man. He keep the organization tight. They always stepping. You know what I'm saying? They give you a show. So that was like, you know, that's what Logo missing. We missing the showmanship out of all of it because anybody can go see somebody. I'm tired of going seeing people. They like this. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come to see you look good. You know what I'm saying? I can't see you move. I can't for you to get me a show.
Yeah.
I'm paying $20, $30 for you to stand there. I don't want you to look at me and I don't want to help out. You know what I'm just keeping it, but that's what Go-Go's missing. Man. We missing originality and we missing showmanship. You know what I'm saying? And nobody really does that anymore. You know, everybody just want to get paid, get a bag, show up, play, get a bag. You know what I'm saying? But what are you giving back?
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. Like, you giving back to the community. What are we giving back?
Yeah.
You know, people paying y'all mortgages and paying y'all car notes and paying all this stuff. What are you giving back? Not saying it's all bands, you know what I'm saying? Because some bands still give back. You know, shouts out to the ones that do, but what are you giving back? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not giving back anything. You're taking, and you're not putting nothing back in.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you wonder why your organization don't climb, because you don't give back. You know what I'm saying? And like you said earlier, who gonna come and see you if they don't know who you are?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? like, you know what I'm saying? Like, me, you know, we come up through the grounds, you know what I'm saying? People still don't know who we are. That's why we here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, even though just because you're in a big band don't mean you made it. You feel what I'm saying?
You're right.
Because DC is like crabs in a barrel, man. You know what I'm saying? We want to try to get out there, everybody put them back in. You know, and if everybody just push them out that hole, or push them out of that barrel, maybe we'll be somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Listen.